Hello again, and welcome back to Wingot Plays Oxygen Not Included, episode 3, starting at cycle 20 with the Chaos Crusade. It looks like some update has happened, which has stretched out my screen to utilise my full screen space instead of just that middle QHD portion of the screen. And so yeah, looks like we're transitioning over to the widescreen format from here on out. Hopefully that doesn't revert at some point, but yeah, looking good from that point of view. Meanwhile, at the end of the last episode, we were starting to do a bit of exploring, trying to figure out where our geysers were, trying to find a heat source, and trying to effectively find a solution for our water situation, because this is all going to get too cold and start freezing. That water there's already negative temperatures, so this will all start freezing if we don't get on top of it. It looks like we've got actually skill points for a whole lot of duplicates. So here, Cisplatin, if we tell her she can do super duper hard digging, then that'll fix that geyser. She'll be able to dig up the obsidian. Albumin here, he can do ranching. He's a rocketry, but he might be a good idea to actually aim for mechatronics engineering earlier rather than later, because he's our supplier. That's why he's called Albumin, because he carries things around. And so let's give him the better improved carrying, and I think we'll probably aim to actually get him doing mechatronics engineering, which is still 3 skill points away, which is another 15, 20 cycles away. It's not going to be something we do anytime soon. Somatotropin's got all of the ranching skills. In fact, she can pick up operating. But she also needs to do decorating. So we'll get her started on decorating there as well. Good. So we've got our skills point. We've got a few incubators here waiting to be made. We still need some more refined copper. And yeah, I think we're doing all right in regards to in regards to scaling up for our carnivore achievement. We've got 5 hatchling eggs sitting waiting there. Let's just make sure there's nothing sitting in here. And we've got our shine nymphs sitting over here, who should basically be happy and repopulate and such. And we do have the 4 nature reserves. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got the 4 nature reserves, and so we got that achievement last episode. Interestingly, this counts as a park instead of a nature reserve. And it looks like that park sign is not sitting on the ground. I'm confused about what happened there. Did I accidentally give a dig command or something? Anyway, let us continue and keep working on these achievements. We are going to need 7. That's wrong. I think that's meant to be 75. No wonder I've only ever seen them running on this one. There we go. Now, let's take a quick look at our priorities here. Albumin wants to be supplying, storing, and tidying as a priority. But he can also operate. No, actually, we'll leave him normal priority for operating. Okay, rock crusher up here. This is our laboratory. That's fine. That can stay that way. And how are we going up here? We've dug out. Effectively, we want to try exploring sideways and see if we can find any geysers. But as I said at the end of the last episode, I don't want to go breaking the abyssal light. So conveyor, auto sweeper, etc. Yeah, cool. I think it'd be nice to figure out what this is, because if that's water, that'll solve a few issues for us. So let's like prioritize that. And we don't need that bit anymore, because we're actually going to get access to see what this geyser is. Now, as I said, there is the natural gas geyser there. Geyser. I tend to use the two interchangeably. And we've got a problem with food. We really need to get finding every bit of food that we can. It might be worth... Okay. Now, one thing I do want to do is I actually want to fix this polluted water there, because that's really annoying me. I noticed at the end of the previous episode. However, that aside... Oh, there we go. We've got one in. We really need to go digging and finding all of these buried objects, because we're fast running out of food. Good. Now, if we deconstruct this, I don't want it to fall into there. How much is in there? 165. Effectively, I want to be able to mop it. Which I might be able to do. Yeah, I think I might be able to do that if I sort of extend this over a bit and then make like a 3 wide space there. That should spread that out. It's only 164. I don't remember what the requirement is for being able to mop. Apparently 160 is too much. Oh, I've also got greater camera. I've installed a few mods, including greater camera zoom out. We've got an arbor tree sitting up there. Nice. Arbor tree, arbor acorns. Okay. Curious. What is that? Fossil fragments. Okay. I'm still not seeing any geysers over here. So next up we'll want to dig over there. But what do we need to dig? There's a whole lot of buried objects here. So I might do that. What did we research there? Oh, we're trying to get solid. Oops. Solid transport. Here. And so we've just researched advanced power regulation. Okay, that makes sense. Cool, we don't need that. Oh, good. So we've got the water coming out here. There's only grams of water left in that top bit there. Perfect. And so, we're dumping that water up to there. And what we want to do is we want to... There you go, that's moppable now. We just need to break in there. And so, what do we want? We're really struggling for food, but I did say that we wanted another duplicant. Let's take a look at what we've got. Suit where operate cooking. Starts with hard digging. Bottomless stomach. Calories neg 500 per cycle. But aren't they doing 1,000 per cycle by default. That seems to be exactly... The wording there actually seems to be exactly the opposite of what it should be doing. A pip. We could try and get a pip up and running. We have seen some arbor acorns, so we could start a hatch ranch with, a ranch with pips. Water, farming, digging, we don't need that. Okay, let's go with this. We'll grab the pip. Let's create... I think I'm going to create a space with some natural tiles for the pip. So what we might do is over here. What is that? Bristle blossom? Okay, we can get rid of that. If we dig that out, cool. Then this will make some space there for the pip. And if we dig that bit as well, we get that buried object. And then if we prioritize all of that, they should get digging that. They should hopefully get some produce out of there. Let's check you. Glum. They're not overcrowded. Let's deconstruct you. Okay, so when they build this, we will then be able to put our pip into here. And I think... Okay, we want to put the pip, we want to put a grooming station. But we also want to... Okay, let's just tell them to dig that up first, and then we'll worry about it. So I think we want the grooming station here, so that... Oh, actually... I'm trying to think of exactly where we would want them planting the acorns, and arguably we want them planting the acorns... Yeah, fine, let's do this then. You can go there, you can go there. I think these three can be normal tiles. And then ideally we actually want them to plant acorn right there. Interesting, we're getting polluted water. Show me ice. There's no polluted ice anywhere. Polluted dirt. Polluted water. I think it might be coming out of the liquid vent. Oh. I see the problem. Okay. Oops, we don't need that. We need that. Now. I do hate that if there's only one material and you tick it, this counts as, therefore any new materials when they show up also count. And then that bit of polluted water is basically going to cause the same problem. Which is like... Oh, what? That was not meant to go there. And in fact, that's just blocked off access here. This is a priority to get rid of. Ceiling collapse, where? What? Temperature up here is -25, so she's really struggling, but she is finding things. What's going there? What is it? Carbon dioxide vent, fine. 500 degrees Celsius. So I don't think we want the carbon dioxide. 268 grams. 300 grams, okay. So this does look like it'll potentially generate a fair bit of heat. $382 over 576. Yeah, okay. How about, for now, let's build a airlock. And then we'll uncover this and let it generate some heat. And then we'll keep an eye on it and consider what we want to do with it. But yeah, let's put, I think we'll put a couple of manual airlocks just to try to keep the heat contained for the time being before we figure out exactly what we want to do with that. Up here, we want pips. Pipsqueaks get to go up here, and we want to wrangle that pipsqueak. Good. Now, what we also need, though, is we need the arbor acorn, which we saw that up here. And there's not currently a break in the abyssalite. I think we want to not go into the slime biome for the time being, so I think we do just want to go straight up into here. And I think the least destructive. Let's see, so this is all 5 tiles high everywhere. That's 6 there. So, yeah, we need to break through somewhere that's 5 tiles high. Like here. And if we go through here, then that... Well, yeah, like that'll preserve the abyssalite layer. Well, the temperature control of the abyssalite layer. Because, yeah, effectively we can't go through over here, we can't go through over here. So because this is specifically the biome we want to go into. Yeah, okay, let's give it a try. I've never tried to preserve the abyssalite before, so it's all a new experience for me to try that. Auto harvest that as soon as you get in there, because that is a lot of, and that one there as well. Oh, there's actually quite a few around, because this is quite a lot of calories. Oh, actually, there's another acorn there. Let's cancel this. Because what we want to do is we want to crack in over here, I think, which will give us that oxalite, but it will also give us access to that arbor acorn. And then we want to, so this is set to sweep only. Let's get rid of, in fact, we'll leave seeds on there, but what we might do is I think we'll put a storage bin up here. Let's clean up this floor, because we want to make sure there's no other seeds in there for them to accidentally plant on us. Good. Now let's try to fix up this a bit while we're here. You go there. We don't need those. We're 19 minutes in, and we've not even completed 2 cycles. That, yeah, there's a lot going wrong today. Print. Come on, Clay, what have you got? Gloves, fine. Thank you. Okay, diagnostics, food is a problem. We just got more meat. Where did that meat come from? That was over here. It shouldn't be... Oh, cancel that. Sweep up all of that. Where is it? There. How's the priority going here? Fine. Let's dig up all of this. Perfect. And that'll at least get us this hexalant, which let's put a priority job to uproot that. because we're... Oh, actually, we just got a whole chunk of barbecue. As I say, I don't know what was over here, though, that should have died. Because I saw them pick up the meat over here. But why was there meat over here? Shine bugs don't produce meat when they die. So it can't have been them. Yeah, I'm confused. Okay. Oh, what? Priority. I want you to get those power wires up and running. And these use 240 each. So once these are up and running, they're going to use more than a manual generator each. So they're going to use quite a fair bit of our duplicate power time. Good, conveyors done. Now, I think we're probably done with researching for the time being. We're really struggling with duplicate labor. I think we really want to free up that duplicate. We don't currently have access to oil. We don't need to worry about any of that. We don't need the smart battery. Renewable energy, well, we would need glass and plastic for the steam turbine. Smelting, well, yeah, we're not exactly going to plan on doing that at the moment. Fire pole will wait until later. There's our glass forge. Solid control we don't need. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we really need anything left here to be researched. Insulated tile could be an option because it would allow us to actually close off the base and try to start solving the cooling issue. Well, prevent the cooling issue from further messing up our base here. Curious that counts even though the park sign's not on anything. Okay, good. So that's done. Now I think I want to just open up this space. Don't do that. But yeah, if we open up this space, then that will at least get the heat generation from that carbon dioxide going. Hold off that one for the time being. I think she can jump up there. They need power. Power is a priority, so someone should be doing these, except for the fact that in here they've all got much higher priorities than operating. Amoxy should be cooking as a priority and doing anything other than operating. Galantamine, no longer researching, cooking's not there. Effectively, it should be doing anything other than operating. What we might do is we might tell Galantamine that they're allowed to operate when there's no researching to be done. Because at the moment, it's no longer a super priority to get researching. Done super quick. Food, 10,000. Okay. Rising pressure. Okay. Priority 9 that. Yep. Cool. And then that'll at least get some carbon dioxide being produced here. Or more importantly, some heat. I do find it interesting that we're really struggling to find any geysers. Now, we did get a whole chunk of hexalant there, and this acorn. We want this acorn placed right there. That bin is probably in the wrong place, actually. I think we want a bin here. There we go. Perfect. Now, this one, we want that arbor acorn here as a priority. Yeah. 160, fine. Deconstruct that. I wonder if the same thing's going to happen, that polluted water is just going to drop down, and then we'll be hopefully able to actually fix it. And now that we've fixed the source, it'll sort itself out. That's snow. Now I think if we try getting up to that hexalon fruit, in fact, let's go up to this one as well. There was another one down here somewhere. Or there's muckroot at least. That muckroot there is harvestable. Good. And so we're trying to fix the food situation. And if we can, then another dupe. We're currently cycle 24. Another duplicate will be super helpful if something nice shows up. Ranching, increased creativity, increased husbandry, +3 husbandry. So your ranching skill should be 6 then. Or we can grab a whole lot of hatchling eggs. I think we're going to do that for the time being, but then we really need to start getting duplicates probably next time, because duplicate labor is becoming a real problem, and even being able to eat enough is going to be a problem. Just at the moment, we don't have, uproot that, we don't have anywhere near enough food to comfortably maintain an extra duplicate. Why are they prioritizing down here? No one should have building as a priority. No. And only Cisplatin has digging as a priority. Curious, okay. Okay, this space... Oh, I was going to say this space is no longer a nature reserve because it's too big, but... Fair enough. And then now we've got the insulated tiles. I think for the time being, priority is actually going to be... There we go, good. Is going to be getting food up and running. You arbor acorn, cool. We can get rid of that now. It'll drop on the floor. Pip over here should pick it up. Does it need to be an adult? Okay. Anyway, at some point the pit will pick up that arbor acorn and then we'll plant it. And the arbor acorn will then start feeding it. And our rancher will start making it happy so that it starts not planting, it starts generating some extra pip eggs for us. Now, what's going on here? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide's all quite cold. It's overpressure. Yeah, okay. I feel like I should have vacuumed this out beforehand, but we can't currently make metal tiles. And like, can we delete the carbon dioxide? We've got a carbon skimmer. So a carbon skimmer will have an overheat temperature of 75 degrees. And so will an iron one. So, what I'm thinking is that we could try... Okay, we need radiant liquid pipes. Insulated, radiant, okay. Like, we could try pulling the heat out of here and dumping it into the base and or external. Okay, good. Now we're going to try doing the same thing over here. Because if I think if I put some radiant pipes in here, let's... Cool. Amoxy's going to go do that. Because yeah, then all of this can become like radiant pipes to pull the heat out of there. And then we want... Well, in fact, so I think what we want is we want to actually make some space here so that we can put a like a CO2 pit in here with a carbon skimmer, and then we'll need a water sieve to process that. Okay, so yes, I think we'll put a carbon skimmer in here, and the carbon skimmer's job is going to be to delete the carbon dioxide to stop this from going over pressure. Yeah, okay. So the goal is to turn this into a heat source and just delete the carbon dioxide because we're not going to need it. Speaking of carbon dioxide, we've got a whole lot of carbon dioxide sitting in here. That's overpressure, fine. And this carbon dioxide is going to need to be deleted at some point as well. Alternatively, one thing we could do is if we just open up this whole space, then this carbon dioxide is just going to leak down here, which generates more, gives us more time before we have to go worrying about solving that issue. Gas filter, don't need those at the moment. Okay, and meanwhile the water up here is completely full. We can get another 3 tons up to here, but it's not going to be anywhere near the water that we've got down there. So this water is nice. We've got plenty of water sitting here as spare, basically. Let me just make sure that there's nothing to wrangle up here. Good. And nothing to wrangle anywhere down here. Perfect. Okay, interesting that they still aren't complaining about being overcrowded, because I would have thought by now they would have had had some spare eggs produced. That shine nymph doesn't need to be there. In fact, we've got a couple of spare shine nymphs. Okay. we can fix that by building another couple of these airborne critter traps. And in fact, here, if we put one there, then that'll clear up these ones in our starting zone, and they can all get moved over here. Come on, Mr. Pip, why are you not picking up the arbor? Oh, he's moved it. He's moved the arbor acorn. He just didn't plant it. Okay, good. Now we've got these. Can we mop them? 81 kilograms. Perfect. Okay. So now we should be able to rebuild here. These... Oh, in fact, these should both be priority. Because we want them to always be hugged. Good, and we can dig both of these out of the way. Perfect. Now, how are we going here? We've got 5, 6, 7. What happened to... Oh, I think that shine nymph made its way down here. Perfect. Let's just check these. Yeah, they're all complaining about being overcrowded, so they will die off. We can possibly try to fix that though. What's this? 1, 2, 3. That can be a bit of space there. We can open up this space a bit. Let's see, how long is this? 13, 14, 15, 16 would be there. But we don't want to crack that open at the moment. Yeah, he keeps moving the arbor acorn, but he's not planted it. Sandstone, sand, granite. Can an arbor acorn only be planted in dirt? Or can pips only place... Like, is sandstone too hard for pips? They're still complaining about being overcrowded, okay. Let's deconstruct these, because they're no longer needed. We've only got 2,600 kcal of food at the moment. Are you going to solve it? Supply operate. Well, supply operate, isn't that exactly... It is supply operate. So that is a mechatronics engineer right there. Can't... decrease construction, fine. Allergic to floral. Immune to food poisoning. Turner here is a very strong option. And so if he's going to be our mechatronics engineer, then I wonder whether... So when I'm thinking mechanical automating things, I'm sort of thinking renal cells. And renal cells, in your proximal tubule, you've got a enzyme called carbonic anhydrase, which is fairly crucial in how the proximal tubules reabsorb hydrogen, get rid of bicarbonate, and if that breaks down, a lot of the renal cell processes break down. So I'm thinking carbonic anhydrase can be added to the colony, but the problem is that we have food problems. We also have not enough dupe problems, which is part of what I'm hoping Carbonic here will be able to help solve. But if we take a look here, operate electrical engineering, we'll start by just giving him point in supply. But then in that case, we don't need the Albumin to be grabbing mechatronic engineering either at the moment. So Albumin might actually start going for ranching sooner rather than later, because having a spare rancher will help. We've only got somatotropin at the moment with ranching. No one else. Looks like Cisplatin also could. So Cisplatin's finished her digging, so let's start her on her ranching pathway as well. Galantamine here. Okay, we've got amoxicillin who's dedicated to cooking, so galantamine doesn't need to. We've got field research already. Let's give her astronomy, that's fine. I'm thinking though we don't... Let's see. The morale requirement, I think we don't want to go above 6, maybe for the time being. So 3, 4, yeah. So, ooh. Hang on. I thought I gave someone else. Amoxicillin and somatotropin have both been getting art points. That's a mistake. It's meant to be just amoxicillin. Somatotropin here may as well get a supplying point. And later on we can go get the skill scrubber and fix some of this up. But that'll be fine for the time being. And schedule carbonic anhydrase. You want to come down to here. Perfect. Those are waiting to be deconstructed. Oh, don't deconstruct that because we've still got a nymph there. And still nothing to wrangle. I'm just double checking. We've got a shine nymph there. These guys are no longer overcrowded. Perfect. And 1, 5, 5. Cramped. Perfect. There's a egg right there. Sweep that up. In fact, sweep all of that. While we're at it, let's sweep up all of the space that the hatches are going to be living. What is this? It's a mealwood, and it is growing, so let's just leave it because we've got food problems already. Now, perfect. You uproot as a priority. We need that food. Oh, there's dirt there. Yeah, so there's mega food issues at the moment. Let's go here again and check what is going on. Oh no. Okay. We can fix it. Now, I do wonder, like, it feels like the issue is that the pip doesn't want to plant in this sandstone. I don't see the firmness anywhere there. Hardness 10. It's a soft material. Do we have dirt somewhere? No, dirt's a hardness 2. Okay. We'll see. Okay, cool. So that will clean out. We'll get rid of those airborne critters. Oh, stop. I don't actually want you grooming all of those at the moment. Now you wrangle, because this should still be set to pips and pipsqueaks. Good. priority is let's move the shine nymphs down to here. And we'll wrangle... Oh, you're wrangling through the floor. Great. Good. So we've got a dirt there. Perfect. Give that. Let's deconstruct this. Yeah, these are all overcrowded. So... Wildness 14, good. So this pip is getting close to the point of being able to be used. Well, close to the point of being domesticated, really. You, priority. Let's do priority. Like, we really want people to move these down to here. Which is I'm guessing it's a ranching job. That's annoying. Okay. And we've only got the one rancher, and they're pretty busy doing the ranching job. Insulated. We're still waiting on radiant. Yep. Okay, food is all right. Presumably because we got up there and got that hexalant. We could grab this hexalant, but I think I want to see if there's more than I can get to without breaking the abyss light for the time being. If we dig out all of this space, there's another muckroot there. Pretty sure you don't. So albumin is not a rancher. Okay. Albumin here. You, although albumin is going to start becoming a rancher. Yeah, cool. For now, priority is get lots of ranchers, because we're already at cycle 30 and really struggling for food. We're doing all right with the hatch population. We've got cramped. Why? We've got 7 hatches going at the moment. We've got that one will hatch next cycle. That one hopefully will be the one after. We've got pips starting to be created. You. 1 hatchling egg, 1 sage hatchling egg. Interesting. Now, sage hatchling. Sage hatch. So they get fed dirt, slime, algae, polluted dirt. Okay, yeah, they're a good dump source for the polluted dirt and otherwise food. $700 kcal to produce 175 grams of coal. Okay. Meanwhile, I think I actually do want to look at the hatch. Can the hatch eat meat? It can. So if you leave meat there, the hatch will eat its brother. Okay, that got hugged sometime when I didn't see. Perfect. Now, let's get some more hatches up and running. And there we go. Good. Let's priority 7 everything here. And we are coming up on the end of cycle 29. I do like that we are starting to get on top of the hatch population. There was an elderly one here somewhere. Here we go. Elderly, 91. In fact, if that one stops being glum, it, I think, will produce another egg before it dies. The issue with having the incubators here is that when they hatch, they'll actually get counted against this critter count. So, yeah, let's get rid of all of this. You no longer want hatches. And then this one here can be wrangled and brought down to one of these two. Still hasn't planted its arbor acorn. Just curious. It has, however, planted a pitch of peppermint up here. Okay, so plumbing. We can make insulated pipes, but we can't make radiant pipes yet. We're researching them at the moment, I think. Hydro sensor. Oh, speaking of radiant liquid pipe, perfect. So, what we want is we want to grab some radiant pipes to try to grab some of this heat. Oh, radiant pipes needs refined metal, and it's 50 each spot. Okay. We are going to need a whole chunk more refined copper. We no longer need this. These guys are cramped. There's some eggs here as well. Let's see, let's try to sweep all of this up. This is full, so we can get rid of that, and you don't need eggs. Good. And I again missed it. We're now starting cycle 30, so let's make a backup save. And go back to that one. Boom. So we've got lots of shine bugs in here. If anything, we've got too many shine bugs. That said, the shine bugs don't need to be groomed, so we can just leave them here. Ideally, we can stop them being cramped so that they don't all die off, which may be a matter of just killing a few of the older ones. And then we can worry about breeding them back up to later on when we want to try to use them for like a shine nymph reactor. It's curious that I still have not found a single geyser beyond these two that I started with. Okay, we've got the start of a potential cooling solution here. And insulated, yep, cool. So this can be insulated straight through there. And otherwise we've got 7 hatches already up and running, with a 8th right there just about to hatch, and a 9th there which will be available within a cycle's time. And even this one is only under 2 cycles away. We have a sage hatchling egg, which we can worry about later. In fact, if we do this, let's copy we want to copy these settings across to these other ones, and then just bump the activation time. Perfect. So at any point we've got one of these incubators up and running, which is so it's generating 240 watts of load at all times, and we've got a printing pod coming up. We've got 6 duplicants. We're really struggling for food, but one thing I might do is I might set this up so that these can get dug up at the start of the next episode, which will at least get us a little bit more food there. We've got one elderly hatch. That's age 77, 92, which will produce another egg before it dies. So we might hold on to it for the time being instead of trying to get access to that meat early. And a couple of hatchlings. Yeah. So looking good from an achievement point of view. I don't think we got a single achievement in this episode, but we're tracking well to work towards the carnivore achievement. I might actually... Let's see what we can do about options, graphics UI scale. Let's pull that back a bit. That's too much. Okay, quality summary. Yeah, like this whole bit seems way too zoomed in. Oh well. Okay. Let's see how that goes next episode. But thermoacatuna, which we can build, but it would immediately overheat. We're probably going to want steel before we do that. And we are going to want to keep basically pushing down and trying to get access down into where that steel biome is. We've got the edge of the abyss light here, so we are actually going to be able to keep pushing down to there without affecting the abyss light, which at least will get us a little bit of vision of what's going on down further there. But that's all stuff that we're going to have to do next episode. The big priority is going to be stabilizing our food. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.